Hello everybody. I don't think anybody's here yet, but hello. I'm strangely nervous for this video, or this live recording, I guess, because even though it says how to solo an OD&D Megadungeon, I'm just basically gonna continue my Megadungeon campaign, my solo Megadungeon campaign that I've been doing for quite a bit. I just thought it'd be a timely occasion to do it, because I recently released Chaos Reigns on itch. It's just a OD&D combat hack, and that's what I use for my solo play, and I thought I'd show how it's used, and also what other tools that I use to solo Megadungeons. Yeah. So I guess we'll just get right into it. Sure. Let me switch over screens. Okay. Let's see here. We got my dice. We have my notebook, which has the Megadungeon in it. We have End Treasure, which is by Luke Gearing. I'm just gonna call it End Treasure. It's basically just a treasure book, but it has a lot of amazing stuff that can lead to a lot of adventure hooks. And it did lead to a lot of adventure hooks until my last party just died. All of them just TPK'd. Yo! Hello, Caustic! Welcome to the chat. So the other thing that I'm using, of course, is Chaos Reigns, which is the OD&D hack, combat hack that I made. We'll just be using this. We will also be using Sandbox Generator to generate most of the Megadungeon stuff. I find that I like a lot of specificity in my Megadungeons, and this is good for that. It's kind of like AD&D Appendix A, but I find this better. It's pretty good. We'll see it in action, hopefully, if I don't die in the first room, because that can happen. And my OD&D retro clone of choice is Delving Deeper. I have all the stuff tabbed out here in case I need it. Hello, Hungry Hugo. Lurky while at worky. Thank you for alert. I appreciate it. I'm gonna move my mic a little bit closer. Not enough to be an issue for obstructing any of the views or anything, hopefully, but yeah, hopefully you can hear me fine. Okay, so yeah, let me get into the Megadungeon stuff. So my previous party was, let's see, if you kill me, I will make you personally accountable and may or may not hold a grudge against you. Oh yeah, I forgot. Caustic is one of my, in my party. I will get into that. But this is the old party. They are all dead due to greed. They are all dead. Hello, Jod. Yo, hello. Jod, hopefully we can play next Monday. Jod is a player in a campaign that I'm in, called Four Corners of the Earth. Yeah, so basically all of them died. They just all straight up died. The reason that they died was because they met some manjackals who they didn't have a hostile relationship with, but they rolled positive on the reaction roll, and they could parlay with them, and there were some magic items around, and they could pay for them. But instead of doing that, they tried to kill the manjackals. The manjackals proceeded to eat them all alive. So that didn't go as planned. So I have some notes here. So stuff that I found out about the dungeon as I was going through it. The manjackals have been taking prisoners and processing them, apparently. The God Casket, which is one of the items that one of them had, wishes to be taken to the 4th level with 5,000 SP as a reward. We stole from the orcs and killed a lot of them. They are now our enemy. The human outlaw outpost owes us a favor because we protected them from the orcs. And Slask, this guy, needs to prove their worth to Basha, who is a living staff, by finding and slaying the chief orc, who we now know is in one of the north rooms. And this is the dungeon. This is what I've been exploring over about a month. Yeah, and these are the notes. So the way that I do it is that if I have a random encounter, so there's these weird numbers here. Initially this was done in Harper's Quest 2, so the stats are still there, but we're using OD&D now. The way I do it is that this is what we see when we initially enter the room. These are notes that might have changed how the room is, and you know, might affect future encounters. So I have it down to O. I think that's O. I have it down to P. Oh, this is where I died. Yeah, over here. I died here. So that's great. So we have a new party. Let's introduce the party. This is the new party. We have okay, let me get these dead guys out of here. We have Caustic, who is in chat right now. We have Conway. We have Jacob. Jacob being the GM for the campaign that me and Jod are in, actually. And we have Hugo, who is also in chat right now, actually. Hey! So yeah, I rolled them all up. I gave them their inventory. Basically I rolled up like how much money they had to start with, and then I just bought some stuff. They have their weapons here, and each weapon has some notes about it, because I'm basically using some of the Wolf's weapon modifiers as part of my combat hack. And yeah, basically we also have a magic user, and when I start a party, I usually give one of them second level, and this time instead of a fighter, I decided to go with a magic user. So the magic user has sleep and color spray. I look much worse IRL. Get in the new future, dead guys. Yeah, yep. Should I tear the sheet? No, I'm not gonna tear the sheet. I'm not gonna tear up these guys. We might need to refer to them later on. Good luck to this party. I think they're gonna die. They're probably gonna die. We'll see how they die, but they're probably gonna die. So the way I do it is that whenever we run into any random encounters, I roll a d6, and if it's an empty spot, say I roll 5 or a 1, then I just roll from the Delving Deeper monsters section. Sorry, the dungeon encounter section. So I just roll on this, and I find what the monster is. That can be pretty brutal. I have encountered 18 orcs in the corridor. Thank God I had sleep and I had fire. So, you know, sometimes it doesn't turn out that good. So a lot of stuff has happened. I'm not going to go through all of it. If some story stuff comes up that happened in the past, I'll explain it as we go. Yeah, okay. So we're going to enter in through the only entrance through the dungeon that we know so far, which is here. And every time that I go through the dungeon again, I restock it. So on a 1 is monster and treasure, on a 2 to 3 is a monster, and on a 4 to 6 is nothing. So, some things, for example, I is a human outlaw outpost for outlaws wanted for unjust crimes. If I find a monster in there, they're probably all dead. They're probably all dead. So stuff like that can happen, like the factions can make their moves and different things can happen depending on who I roll up. The reason I have 6 encounters here, a d6 list, instead of just rolling like from here, is because I want some cohesion to each level. So that's how I do it. Beyond that, there's not much like stuff that I bolted on custom. It's just mostly sandbox generator. So yeah. I also have, with every session, I'll just get a scrap piece of paper, and I'll just like note down our actions. Whenever I do an action, every second action I'll do an encounter roll. So that's just, you know, normal. I think that's how they do it in BX and OD&D and pretty much every old school game. It's just, you know, that. And then we have torches as well. So you need to keep track of torches as well. We have 6 torches to start with. So, yeah. Let's start. Let's see how long they survive. I think they'll survive. They'll be pretty okay. They have like a good magic user. They have... Okay, no, that's me cursing myself. I shouldn't say that shit. No, I shouldn't say that shit. Okay, alright. Let me see if I can zoom this camera out a little bit. Is that okay? Hopefully that's okay. I'll move this down a bit. Okay. Maybe I'll overlay this a little bit. Okay, so we're going into this corridor. Every time we go into a corridor or room, I'll check for restock. So we're going into the corridor. We know there's a secret entrance into C. I believe that is just a regular secret door, but we know about it. I'm gonna say that this party knows about everything that the previous party knew. Maybe they were friends, maybe they, you know, exchanged information in the taverns, whatever. But they know what the previous party knew. Okay, so let's restock the first... Oh! So there's monsters and there's treasure in this initial first section in the corridor. Okay, so that's unexpected. Okay, so that's an action done. So there's a monster of some kind and there's some kind of treasure. What I'm gonna say is that 1 is this, 6 is this. So how far up are we talking? 6. So it's right up against here. Next to the human outlaw outpost, there is some monsters and some treasure. I'm gonna roll up what the monster is. If I get a 1 or 5, then it's completely random. I got a 1. Okay, we have a new monster type. Okay, this is an interesting twist already. So the monsters, let's see. Monsters, oh yeah, dungeon encounters, sorry. So we're gonna go for dungeon encounters. This is a level 1. So we're gonna roll and we got 2. So we roll on the dungeon encounter table 1. And if we get the same thing, then we just re-roll. If we get like one of these guys, we just re-roll. 11. Men! Oh! We just get regular men, okay. Are these men, so adventurers maybe, or just like men? Are these men the outlaws from the outlaw post? I think that's very likely. I mean, this is right. This is a place where there's a bunch of like, outlaws. So are these the guys from here? So I'm just gonna say that as likely. So the way I do this is that I roll a 2d6 and I take the higher. 1 is an absolute no, 2 is a no, 3 is a no but, and it's basically a regular oracle. I'll just see what it is. So I got a 5, which means yeah, these are the outlaws hauling in some treasure into the outpost. So they're moving in through the door and hauling in some kind of treasure. Okay, interesting. So they've found some treasure from other parts of the dungeon and are moving it into their room, which is interesting to me. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna roll for what that treasure is. So I'm just going to go on to... Yeah, I'm not sure what kind of treasure they will be hauling. So I'm just gonna go with bandits for this one. I'm gonna go with treasure type 1. And I'm just gonna see what do they have that they're hauling into their outpost. Let's see here. 300 SP of coins. So I'm gonna just add that to the outpost essentially. Actually, I'm gonna write it down here first. So 300 SP of coins. Trade goods. So there's a bunch of trade goods as well. 300 SP of trade goods. So this is a haul of like just treasure. Let's see if they had any artifacts that they stole as well. Like they stole them from somewhere. 51. There's a no. Do they have any maps? That's gonna be a 64. No. Any magic items? There's a 60. Nope. Okay. So they just have a bunch of like treasure and some what do they call them again? They have a bunch of treasure and they have a bunch of trade goods. Actually, let's see what those trade goods are. So trade goods are here. We'll just say there is just one type of trade good. 61. Wine. Okay. And wine goes for 20 SP per bottle. Which means there's like 15 bottles of it, right? So they found a bunch of wine and they found a bunch of coins and they're moving it into their outpost. Okay. So that's interesting. I've got to take note of that. I'm gonna actually put it into... Oh, 91. Oh, whoops. Whoops. Thank you for pointing that out. Let's see if it's even more interesting. Powdered spices. Okay, yeah. Powdered spices. Powdered spices. Alright, cool. So they have some trade goods that they're just bringing in and then they close the door behind them. Okay, that's interesting. They have brought it from here, so I'm assuming they took it from around here, or they maybe made a U-turn, or from somewhere around like this area here. I wouldn't know. But the thing is, I actually do have a positive relation with them. They do owe me a favor. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna enter in to the Outlaw Outpost here. I'm gonna roll for an encounter before I do that. Yeah. No encounter. So we're gonna be able to come into the outpost. There are how many in the outpost right now? 9 outlaws. Looking for one of them who was captured by the man jackals. They are scared. So I'm gonna restock this room as well. And it's gonna be pretty interesting if there's a monster in here. There's monster and treasure. Okay, the treasure part I already know. So there's... I think I know what this is. One of them was captured by the man jackals and they have a vendetta against the man jackals. So there's some tied up man jackals in the human outpost. How many? How many tied up man jackals do they have? They're basically enacting their vengeance on the man jackals for stealing their companions and basically doing experiments on them. So I'm gonna say there's... I'm gonna say there's D6 man jackals. One! Just one. I guess they're interrogating him? I think that's likely. And that's a no, but... So they're not interrogating him, but they were interrogating him just now, so... man jackal prisoner. Okay. So they have 300 SP. Plus 300 SP in powdered spices. Okay, here's the thing. The last party did them a favor, right? The last party actually helped them clear out some orcs around here. Are they going to basically view us as friends of that party and, you know, help us out as well? I don't know if that's gonna be the case, so I'm just going to say it's a 2 in 6 chance. Yeah. I'm just gonna say... Actually, no, I'm gonna roll a fresh reaction roll for this. Yeah. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a fresh reaction roll. So, yeah. Let's see. Yep, let's roll it. How do they take to us? Oh, shit! Okay, I got a 12 or more. So that's enthusiastic. I got double 6s. The more games I play and make, the more I think having one type of coin is the most beneficial to max. I have guilders and sometimes hay pennies. Yeah, I also use like basically one type of coin. They do have multiple types in End Treasure, but usually I don't use that. That's more for flavor, I think. So they got a double 6s. Also, hello Hodag, what's up? So there's 12 or more. So they're gonna see us as direct friends of the previous party, and they still owe us a favor. Are they gonna give us the powdered spices and the silver pieces? I think that's likely. No, but okay. I think this is where it gets interesting. So they're not gonna give us that stuff, but they are gonna give us some information. And I think I know what that information is. The guys who killed our last party are the men jackals, right? They just interrogated a man jackal. I think they know where our stuff is, like the stuff from the previous party. So that's pretty good actually. So that's actually way more valuable than them giving us the money. I think I'll say that they don't owe us a favor anymore. So I'm gonna cancel this out. They do not. I'm gonna cancel it out here as well. So they no longer owe us a favor because they're gonna tell us directly where our stuff is kept. We know that the man jackals are around this area here, so we need to get our stuff back. So what I'm gonna say is, I'm gonna say like 1, 6. So I'm just gonna roll it like that and see like where our stuff is kept. 2. So it's gonna be in this room, like through the secret entrance here. Now this is a bit tricky because this secret entrance is right in front of a trap trigger that causes flammable gas to erupt and causes all torches to basically just erupt into flame. And that almost got the last party. Okay. We can also go in through here because we smashed open the locked door. And we have an invisible bridge here, but we can go through here. It's just gonna take a bit more time, but we can hustle through. I'd say that the whole thing is, since we're doubling our movement speed, that's just gonna be 1 action. So I think they're gonna tell us where our stuff is, which is very fortuitous for us. So rolling the double 6 on the reaction roll was good. So we're gonna make it over to here. And since we know it's a room, we're not gonna have to roll whether it's a room or a corridor that leads out of there. But we are gonna have to roll for each room to make sure it's not restocked. I forgot about that part. So let's hope that it hasn't been restocked. I'm just gonna roll for this room and this room. Actually, this room, and this room. Let's be fair about it. Oh, Jesus. Okay. We go into this room here. And that's what? It's a large acid pool with a mound in the center. So there's a bunch of treasure on the mound that the last party took. But there's some monsters and there's more treasure on the mound this time. Okay, who are the monsters firstly? 2. The man jackals, god damn it! How many of them? So I'm gonna treat man jackals as goblins, essentially. Are we gonna die before we get our stuff back? Oh shit. I want our stuff back. Okay, so goblins are 2 to 20. Alright. So I'm just gonna roll a d10 and times that by 2. Oh my god! There's 18 man jackals in this room. Okay. There's 18 man jackals. We have torches open. We cannot surprise them. They can surprise us. Are we surprised? Okay, we're not surprised. That's good. That's good. There's 18 of them. Okay, I need to write this down. 18 man jackals. Oh, this could be really bad. I might just lose the entire party on the first run back in. What's their AC again? I need to check this. Goblins, AC of 7. Okay. So 7, I believe, just converts to a 7 still in the system. Yep, it's just a 7. So it's a TN of 7. Do we have any oil flasks that we can just throw? And is the... Wait, we can't do that. Oh, it's an acid pool. Is acid flammable? I don't know. Okay, there's a bunch of treasure, but we're not gonna care about that yet. But there's 18 man jackals here, and the treasure is not our previous party's treasure, it's some new treasure. There's 18 man jackals in here. They're not surprised by us, we're not surprised by them. We come in, how far are they away from us? So if they're not surprised, it's 2d6, and that's the number of squares, 7. So they're like, I think what I'm gonna say is that they're at the edge of the room, so they can get to us in a turn, which is bad. Their reaction roll, I'm gonna say we already know they're enemies of us, so I'm not even gonna roll reaction. Since we killed their, like we tried to kill a bunch of them previously. Mineral acids are not flammable, but they can react with other substances to form flammable products. Shit. So I can't do the oil flask and torch trick here. Particularly those with long hydrocarbon chains such as decatonic acid. That's from Google, thank you. Thank you, we're fucked. Can we just like run out? This door is smashed, right? Can we like funnel them in? Okay, we'll just see who wins initiative first. Oh shit, this is bad. This is us, this is them. Who wins initiative? We win initiative. Okay. Okay. First thing I am gonna do is I'm gonna... How many of... 18 of them. Are you kidding me? Okay. The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cast either Color Spray or Sleep on all of them. So... Let me see which one is more effective here. No, we're using Sleep. So Sleep is 4 to 14 creatures, duration 3 to 18 turns, range 24 feet. Yup, we can affect them. Wait, we can't. Oh wait, no, that's 24 inches, which is 240. Okay, yeah, we can. There's how many of them? 18 of them. Okay, then it won't spill over to us. Yep, we can do it. Okay, so that's gonna be a D10. So we're gonna cast Sleep on them and see how many organic acids are flammable. Is the acid organic? I'm gonna have to roll for that. I'm gonna have to roll for that after I do the thing, because I have to be fair about it. But first we're gonna put them to sleep, as many of them as we can. It's gonna be D10 plus 4. 5. 9 of them go to sleep immediately, fall into slumber. So there's 9 man-jackals left. The rest of us can take our turn, but we're not within melee range yet. We have a fighter who has a sling and rocks. Nobody else has anything that they can use, I think. This is bad. So the magic user has done their thing. We're gonna do a sling. So sling is basically gonna just be 5, 10, 15. Are we within range? Yeah, we're within range. Okay, but it's like, how far was it again? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh wait, they're on the edge of it. So we are actually within short range. So we don't get a penalty to hit, which is good. So we can just sling a... Oh, you know what? You know what I'm gonna do? Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna coat the rocks in oil. Shit, but the magic user has to give the oil flask to... Nah, we can't do that. Not in one turn. Not in one turn. Not in one round. Round? Not in one combat round. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna directly sling some rocks at them, I think. Yeah, we're just gonna sling some rocks against them. Let's do it. So it's just gonna be 2d6, and we're trying to hit a 7. We don't get any penalties because they're not that far away. Okay, we hit them. That's an 8. We hit them. A sling is going to be 2d6. Take the lower. Shit, we do 1 damage. Okay, I'm gonna have to determine the HP of these guys, but let's roll the first one. Oh, the first one had 1 health. So actually one of them goes down. Okay, we have 8 of them left. Alright, let's roll up the rest of their HP. Let's see. 1, 2, 2, 5. And 3, 3, 5, 6. Okay. Alright. Okay, let's see how this works out. So they've done their action. They cannot use their spears special as an action, which is basically like, you know, holding it out and like intercepting anybody who comes in. So they didn't do that. The rest are just gonna get ready. I think the rest are going to... We need a marching order, I think, at this point. Oh wait, I already have a marching order in mind. I think it was one of the fighters and then the cleric at the front and then... Yeah, okay. So it would have been these two at the front and these two at the back. Alright, so... Hugo and Jacob are gonna be in front. And the other two have made their actions. I think the other two, Hugo and Jacob, are just gonna get ready for whatever happens. However, actually, there is an initiative rule here. If you are higher, you can elect to interrupt the actions of the enemy to resolve their actions. For example, waiting for an enemy to move to them, then attacking first. Which is good for us. So Hugo and Jacob can wait for the Manjackals to come and then attack. And then they get their attack in, basically. So the Manjackals will move towards Jacob and Hugo. Jacob and Hugo will make their attacks, and then the Manjackals will be able to make their attacks on them, which is bad, but that's the best we got. So, yeah, Jacob... So the Manjackals are gonna move in. Jacob and Hugo are gonna make their attacks against the front two. The Manjackals do not have rigid or metal armor, so he doesn't get a bonus here. Let's see what we got. Oh, he hits with a mace, so that's just a d6 of a 1 damage, but this guy had 1 HP, so he's gone. Hugo the fighter is going to attack, and Hugo, the real person in chat, has to go. See you guys later, don't kill the goons too quickly. We'll try. Okay, Hugo is gonna attack the one who comes up to them. Oh my god, that was almost a critical. Okay, if they get a killing blow with a great sword, they get another attack in, so... It's gonna be a 2d6, take the higher. They kill one, and are able to actually get another attack in because of their specialty. So... Oh my god, they might just set off a chain reaction of killing a bunch of them in a row. But I'm gonna rule that only these two are nearby enough to be able to get hit by Hugo. So, you can only take out the front rank. That's gonna be... Oh, that's barely a hit, actually. So, the higher... The 6, okay. Holy shit! He gets another attack in. So this killing blow thing is actually stackable. So if you look at Greatsword, two-handed on a killing blow, wielder can roll another attack. This can be triggered multiple times. Okay, he gets one more attack in. He gets a hit. Oh my god, Hugo is killing everybody. 3 and a 5. He barely gets a hit on this one, and he will be able to kill the rest, but the rest are too far away. I think this calls for a morale check. Hugo just killed like half of them. Oh my god. Okay, that's gonna be a morale check, and the front rank couldn't even reach them. So that's their turn done because they moved in and then they took their action first. Okay, we're gonna roll in their reaction to all of this, which is to say we're gonna roll their morale. So whenever a significant advantage is obtained, roll the reaction. There's a 3. They're gonna run away. That's fine by me, actually. Yeah, that's fine by me. They can run. They're gonna run and leave their guys behind. Are they gonna run to the north or the south? I know that the north is Orc territory, so I'm gonna say it's highly likely they're running to the south. Are they gonna go to the south? Yes. So that's a yes. Yeah, that's just a yes. Yes, but... Maybe some of them split off. Yeah, okay, it's just chaos. They just like run in different directions. Sounds right like the Great Cleave from 3.5, which was awesome when you could pull it off at higher levels. Yeah, holy shit, that was pretty lucky though. He was like just barely hitting, but then like dealing like just enough damage to kill each one. That's nuts. So all of them actually scatter away, which it's fine, I'm gonna let them scatter. How many is that? We're gonna go around and we're gonna kill the remaining Manjackals that we set to sleep. So, for we're alive, we killed 14 of them by Delving deeper rules, we're gonna add that to our XP, so we're gonna times it by 100 XP, and we're gonna get 1400 XP from this initial outing. It's because I don't just use gold only. I use Delving Deeper, which also takes into account enemies killed. But there's some treasure in the mound in the center. The last time there was treasure on the mound in the center, I was only able to get it because I had a 10-foot pole. Do I have a 10-foot pole and rope? Oh shit, I have a 10-foot pole and I have rope. Okay, yeah, we can grab it. So we're gonna take some time to grab it, and that's gonna be enough to trigger an encounter roll. But we're gonna be able to get the treasure, regardless, because we have the equipment for it, and yeah, we have the time. So we are able to get that. So what is this treasure that they were guarding? There were 18 of them, so I'm gonna say it's actually... I'm actually gonna say that it's... Yeah, I'm gonna say it's like 2 on the monstrous scale, so it's like, yeah, 2. So let's see how much treasure they were guarding. Okay, that's gonna be 200 SP. D8. Oh, this is going really well, actually. I mean, I'm probably gonna die from the hubris, but, you know. 600 SP in trade goods, so we are gonna have to bring that back. And then I have to roll for an encounter, so, but let's do this first. So that's 20%, 20%, 30%, okay. Let's see if we get any special items. The special items are what I'm really looking for, actually, so, let's see. Oh shit, we do! That's a 1. So what do we get? We get an artifact of some kind. We get some kind of artifact, okay. That's a 73. We don't get a map. Do we get a magic item? We do! So we get a magic item of some kind as well. Okay, artifact. What is the artifact that they're keeping on them? D20. If I get an old artifact, that's just stuff that they've kept from our previous party. I got 5. An old key. When property must be abandoned, there is much to consider. Many plan on returning and keep a key. They are passed down generations against the day of their return. Every key is an unfulfilled promise, a rusted chain of custody. Their tales cipher maps and directions to promised places, even if young ears and old tongues do not recognize them as such. If stolen, pursuit is inevitable. So somebody's gonna chase after me if I grab this key, which of course I'm gonna grab it. I mean, my guys don't know this, but essentially somebody's gonna come for that key. Acid fumes might be flammable, whole room could be a tinderbox. Yeah, we didn't end up like setting them on fire because Hugo just killed all of them. So that's good. Let's see what magic item we get from this. We actually got really lucky with the rolls here. Okay, so there's the D100. It's 71. Oh, this is stuff. Is it the same stuff that I got last time? Magic stave. So we got the first one, which is... Oh shit. Okay. So the way staves work is that they are actually alive. I'll read out the description of this one. Egron. Bleach white driftwood wrapped in snakes of gold, converging on an orb of murky amber at the top. Figures shift and move within the orb. Egron speaks in dreams using the imagery of volcanoes and oceans, teeming ants' nests, and wolf packs. It believes itself a natural outcropping of a magic process set against the natural. It wants eventually all reality subjugated to magic. It despises the gods. Strikes as a normal staff. Beasts struck are subject to charm person. Okay, so here's the thing. The ego here, this is ego 2. It basically means that if the ego is higher than the character's level, their staff requires bargaining before it can be used properly. However, our magic user is actually level 2. So he's actually able to wield this staff. I'm just gonna write Egron. And that's actually that's actually really good. That's actually, I don't know if we're gonna lose it, but that's really good. If we strike any beast with it, they can basically be charm personed. But that requires getting my magic user to actually hit a beast, which is bad. Once per day, light, hold monster, hold person, or fear. Oh shit. Holy shit, okay. Also, I should strike out the sleep, because we already used that. I think that's good enough. I think we should run out of here. I think we should get the fuck out of this place. I think that's, okay, we're gonna keep the old key, which means that somebody's gonna come after us. I'm gonna write that as a plot thread. So somebody is going to come after us for that key. Someone is hunting us for old key. Okay, we could keep exploring and trying to find our original treasure, but I think that's a fool's errand because we got a bunch of XP and we got a bunch of gold, and we might be able to get something out of that if we go back to town and purchase some stuff. So I'm gonna get out of here. So we're gonna grab the trade goods. I'm not gonna worry about encumbrance for the trade goods, but as promised, I am gonna do an encounter roll. If I get a 1, that's gonna be real bad luck. Okay, no 1. Good. So we got 200 SP, 600 SP in trade goods, an artifact which is an old key, and the magic item of the living staff of Egron, who wishes for everything to be subjugated to magic. Okay, that's a pretty good haul. I'm gonna run the fuck back out. We know where our stuff is for the moment. It might move in the future, but we know it's somewhere around here, where the man jackals are. We need to run out of here. So that's gonna be, even if we go fast, I think that's gonna take up two of these turns. So it's gonna be about 20 minutes to get back to the entrance. So I'm gonna strike this off, and I'm gonna strike this off, and we're gonna do one more encounter roll as we're running back. And we're trying to get out of the dungeon, and we're gonna use a torch as well. Okay, thank goodness there wasn't a 1. We made it out. So, we're able to sell it off. For the trade goods, I don't really worry about it. I just like say that it's, you know, just money. So it's 800 SP, 803. So 803. Yeah, we made out of that pretty good. We did pretty well. I'm pretty happy about that actually. The main thing is we got Egron, who might affect future things, but we are able to be high enough level to control them, so that's good. So 800 plus how much? 1400 is 2200. Divided by 4 is 550 XP per. That puts us like, some of us are actually now gonna level up soon, I think. No, actually no, none of us are. but it's still pretty good. It's still pretty good. That's still really good actually. The cleric is, you know. Actually, but that's kind of weird. Why is the fighter 2000 away from leveling up? That's not right. Is that correct? That's not right. No, that's not right. I think I miswrote that. Fighter progression. Oh, it is 2000. What the hell? How about cleric? Oh, it's correct. Okay, I must have misremembered or something. Holy shit, we did it! Okay, so that's the run. I'm gonna do some note-taking here. It was an end where we found, so we found some more stuff in here, and we killed how many men jackals? We killed, there are 4 remaining, so we killed 14 dead men jackals. We basically went around and just bopped them on the head as they were like asleep. 14 dead men jackals. We have taken a bunch of their stuff as well, and they're not gonna be happy about that. 600 SP in trade goods. Okay, it seems more and more like the men jackals are gonna be our main enemy, but the orcs are also our main enemy. So actually everybody is like out to kill us. We got an old key, artifact old key. And we also got Stave of Egron. So we just took more of their shit, essentially. Yeah, we are done. That was not a bad run. Before we end off, I would want to actually buy some stuff for our guys. I kind of want to buy a hireling, but yeah. You know, we could get plate armor, but that's probably gonna... You know what? We could get plate armor. Or we could at least get like some kind of like crossbow for somebody. Let's get somebody a crossbow. Let's get Hugo a crossbow. Holy shit, Hugo is like the MVP of this session. Crossbow, that's gonna be... that's just gonna be 20 GP. I'm actually gonna buy scrolls for Conway. Yeah, I'm gonna buy scrolls for Conway. With the money that we have later on. So... yeah, actually I'll do this all off stream. I'll purchase stuff, or I'll do it next time I run the game. But I won't be doing it now. Yeah, you know what? I will buy a hireling. I'll buy Hodag, the fighter hireling. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, let's do that. Let's put up some let's put up some notices and do the hireling stuff right now before we end off. So hirelings will get a half share of treasure, but they will also... we kind of also have to kind of enlist them in. So... yeah, I'm actually... I think the costs for them are like way too little. So I'm actually gonna times it by like 10. So a footman for... I think an armored footman... we're gonna get an armored footman called Hodag. You know, just happens to be called Hodag. That's gonna be 80 GP. Plus they get a half share of any treasure that we find. Okay, that's fair enough. Okay, I'm gonna write this down in the margins, I think. Where do I write it down? Should have put some space here or something for hirelings. So Hodag. I'm just gonna put like hirelings here. Hirelings. Hodag, the level 1 fighter. So there's a fighter 1. 1 HD. We'll roll the HP when they get hit. We're gonna armor them up as well, so that's gonna be 80. And then I'm gonna buy some equipment for them. Let's see. They're already armored actually, so leather. I'm gonna say leather armor. F1 with a 7 for leather armor, and they're gonna have... I'm gonna buy them. You know what? I'm gonna buy them a pole arm. So yeah. And I'm just gonna top it off as 100. So I'm just gonna say, yep. I'm just gonna say I drop down to 700 just to keep things simple. There we go. Let's see, are these your beats in the background? The music is by Noel, I think. It is by Noel. The song that you're hearing right now is of Golem and Catacombs. And Noel actually gave permission for the music to be used in my YouTube videos and streams, which was very, very nice of them. Thank you to HDK, which stands for... I'm gonna butcher this. Hemat Der Catastrophe? Thank you to them. I reached out to them and they were like, yeah, sure. So yeah, that's great. Let's see. So Hodag, fighter level 1, 7, and pole arm. I think that's gonna be where we are gonna end off today. The next time I am going to actually buy some spell scrolls. We're gonna figure out how we can help Egron with their task more. And we're gonna figure out who the hell is coming after us for that old key. Nice looking character sheets, by the way, good for funnel. Yeah, I think so too, especially when they're dying off like crazy. I think it's good. And for like a solo game, I really like having a portrait there. It like gives me an idea of like, you know, it kind of like, when I need to make a decision based on what the character will do, I'll just look at the portrait and go, maybe they'll do this. I don't know. So yeah, we're done. Thank you guys so much for watching. That was actually super fun. I mostly wanted to do it as an instructional kind of thing on how to like do the solo Megadungeon stuff, but I realized now that I didn't even use sandbox generator. Like, I didn't even use this thing. I didn't even like make like a room or anything, because we just went through the regular rooms that we like already explored, and we just like got sidetracked because there was some treasure in one of the rooms. So that was good, but unintended. I was actually gonna show off how to make the rooms using this. There's like 100 special rooms. There's all sorts of traps. There's a lot of cool stuff that can happen. Maybe next time. Maybe next time. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna end off now. Thank you all so much for coming by. Yeah, if you want, maybe I should also put Chaos Reigns, the link to this in the description below. It is pay what you want, and I find it really useful for these kind of sessions. As you can see, the combat went pretty quick, and it was pretty easy to kind of like adjudicate. So I'll put a link to this in the description as well. I think it turned out good. I've been working on it for about a month of just constant like testing stuff and just, you know, tightening up parts here and there, which sounds a bit silly now that I think about it, because it's just one sheet of paper. But I did spend a lot of time on this, so Okay, goodbye everybody. I will see you all next time. Stop recording and stop streaming. Bye-bye.